Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Glorious Life on Wheels. I know I sound very exuberant, but I am just so happy you and me hit 13,000 family members today. So I am just thrilled, excited, and surprised. But anyhow, today I am going to do something that was one of the very first recipes I did when I started this YouTube channel. It is fried cabbage, but I'm going to do it a little bit different today. I think it's an upgrade, and I'm going to make it into a one-pot meal. So you drop and go, everything's in there, and then you just serve it. You don't have to have any sides. So come on, let's get started, and I'll show you how to make it. Well, I am going to show you the ingredients that are necessary to make this. And you can hear I've got bacon sizzling over there. So you're going to have your cabbage, of course. I'm going to have about a pound of sausage or smoked sausage. What do you call that? Kielbasa? I don't know how to say it. You're going to need potatoes. This is what is going to make it turn into a full meal. A couple of peppers, red, green. You can even use yellow. And some onions. Now, again, my seasonings are key. So to give it a little kick, I'm going to use some Tony C. You know I can't say that, so a little Creole kick. A little bit of seasoned salt, some black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and I add just a little bit of chicken bouillon. And of course, in this, I'm going to add some Sazon. I just love this stuff. So you will taste it as you go because, I'm going to turn this bacon down a little bit, because you already have salt in the bacon. So it's really important. I'm going to start off very modestly with my salt and even my seasoning because it has salt in it. And then as it gets going, I'll see if I need to add more. You can always add more. Problem if you put in too much. So we'll come back after this bacon is good and done. And I'm not going to add any oil when I saute my onions or my peppers because I'm going to use the oil from the bacon. So we'll be back in a minute. Oh, this is, I wish you could smell this. It's smelling so good. Be back soon. As the bacon is cooking, I've also now added my sausage. And I want all the flavor from the sausage and the bacon to seep out into the oil and into the pan. So when I add my onion and my peppers, that all of that flavor will infuse in there. What I'm going to do is once the bacon is done, I'm going to take the meat out and put it aside, and then I'm going to cook my peppers and my onions and saute them. Okay, we're almost got all of this. Oops, get that little fella out there. All right. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to turn the gas back on here. And I'm going to add my onions. Let them saute good. And I'm going to add my peppers. Get that all mixed up here. Oh yeah, all that delicious oil in the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to add also now, I'm going to add my potatoes. We're going to let these all just cook and saute in here. Now sometimes what I do, I didn't do it today, but often what I will do is I will parboil my potatoes for about maybe 7 minutes so that they'll just cook really quickly. And actually that's what I would suggest that you do. I just didn't want to take the time to do it on camera today. But I would suggest parboil your potatoes, let them be pretty much almost cooked before you put them in here to saute. But we're going to do it this way today. It'll just take a little longer and we'll come back. Oh yeah. All that delicious flavor. And we'll be back shortly. You might, if you don't parboil your potatoes, you might have to add just a little bit of oil in there, but not yet. We'll see. I'll let you know. All right, my potatoes have been cooking for a bit, sauteing there. And what I'm going to do now is I added about a tablespoon. I really like this pollo chicken flavored broth. You may ask, well, what are you doing with chicken flavored broth with sausage? But you can use this. This will be just fine. I like this. I'm going to add this to this. Pour this over here and let them steam just a little bit. And then I'll be adding my cabbage in about another few minutes, and my cabbage will be cooking down. And what I will do is after my cabbage cooks down, and the cabbage, it cooks down to almost nothing, so you really need almost 2 heads of cabbage. But after the cabbage cooks down, I will add my sausage, then I'll do my seasonings, and you'll have a delicious meal. But we'll be back as we keep an eye on this. I want to look, let's look, show them right here. See all that flavor in that bottom, that juice with the broth and the flavor from the bacon and the sausage. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I was going to say, with this, I'm going back and forth between parboiling or not. But I've got about a cup of fluid in there, so it's up to you. Do what you want. But yeah, we'll leave that for maybe about 10 minutes, and then we'll add our cabbage, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's get a shot of this right here, of those potatoes and all of those peppers and onions. And we're going to now add our cabbage a little bit at a time. And trust me, this cabbage will cook down. So I'm going to add it, and I am going to cover it. I'll add about maybe a third of the cabbage at a time, and I'll let it cook down. And as that cooks down, I'll stir it and be checking on it, and then I'll add a little more of the cabbage until I get all of the cabbage in and it's cooked down. But this is how it looks like when it starts, but just in a few minutes it'll be cooking down, and I'm going to come back and give you a shot of that so you can see what it looks like as we're going to add the rest of the cabbage. As you can see, the cabbage is cooking down, so I am going to add the rest of this cabbage in here. And you may at some point need to add a little water, but you just need to monitor it and see, because the cabbage has a lot and gives off a lot of water itself. So we're going to let this just cook down on low. And after it starts cooking down, we'll start mixing it up, stirring it up. But we're just going to let it steam down, and then we'll be back in a few. Well, it looks like, oh my goodness, that looks so good. Now what I'm going to do, just at this point, you just add your sausage and your bacon back in. And I'm going to stir this up good, and then I'm going to add my seasoning. And I'm going to be very conservative on the salt initially, because you've got all of these sausage in here. And I will, as we go, we got the potatoes in here, the peppers, the cabbage. Oh my goodness. And it's almost used up all of that water. You can see here, if you look at the bottom of the pot, you see there's hardly any water left down there. And that's about what it should be looking like. All right, I'm going to turn this off now, and I'm going to add my seasonings. The first seasoning I'm going to add, I'm going to start, like I said, conservatively, and I'm going to add about a half a pack of my sazon. See, that's about a half a pack there. Then I'm going to add plenty of garlic powder. love garlic powder. Then I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. Now I usually add some chili flakes to chili pepper flakes to this, but I'm not going to do that today because I don't know if the people who I'm going to be giving this to can tolerate that kind of heat. So, but chili flakes is something I usually add, and it's optional. Wow, that's looking good. Now I am going to sample this and see if it needs any more seasoning, and we'll come back and I will do the very favorite part, the tasting. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm adding also a little bit of Tony Chachery, but not much, just to give it a little bit of heat, and Creole seasoning. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to see if I need to add anything more, and then we'll come back for the favorite part, the taste test. Boy, I can hardly wait. Look at all of that goodness. We'll be back. Okay, now for the, as I was looking at this, you know what I was thinking? I bet this would be good with some shrimp in it too. I'm just getting carried away with myself, aren't I? Let me try this. The potatoes, the peppers, the sausage, everything is just really just delicious. This is really a drop and go meal again. I have to have one more bite and then I'll come back. Oh, that is good. You have to try that. You will have them waiting in the aisles for this if you make this, I guarantee it. This is a winner. But anyhow, thank you. I need a napkin to wipe my mouth. But thank you so much for coming back week after week, supporting and getting Glorious Life to Wheels, getting our Glowmobile up to 13,000 subscribers. Who would have thought it? But if you like the content, hit that like button. It really helps the algorithms. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, and come on back next week for some more good cooking. Meanwhile, check Out and About. And Saturdays, we're going to be having, again, another live. And this Friday, I'm sorry, not this Friday, this month, I'm going to start the fireside chats. And I will have a special topic that I'm going to be talking about on the fireside chats. And they will be every last Friday of the month. So if the month has 4 Fridays, it'll be the 4th Friday. 5 Fridays, the 5th Friday. But every last Friday, so stay tuned. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interactive video, and I'll explain that to you when you come watch it on the last Friday of the month. So thank you again, and may your journeys be filled with joy and blessings, and I'll see you next time. Bye.